all you'll be so good, honestly speaking. You'll be so good in cyber that you'll be able to go somewhere and say, oh, I'm a cybersecurity professional. Yeah, so this is what you'll be doing. Security. But just in terms of what I've just explained, if you have any question, please, you can just ask me and I will gladly answer them. But this is what you'll be doing. You'll do cybersecurity fundamentals, securing infrastructure, which is all about securing your networks, IT networks, network infrastructures, Windows servers, Linux servers, how to secure them. You all will be able to do that. You understand the different techniques you can employ to be able to secure these infrastructures, the procedures, how to go about it. One important thing we're going to do, not just to learn the techniques and the procedures. All of these things can be achieved using tools. IT and cybersecurity today is all about tooling. We use tools to be able to achieve what we want to achieve. Like even when I was talking about even the due diligence we conduct, these days we don't. In the past, we used to like have interview questions on an Excel file, then send it to them maybe via email. We don't do it these days again. Now we have a platform like RSA Archer, which you will be exposed to. We introduce that to you. We try to make our program to take you to a working environment, like you are in a working environment. You're doing the job. Remember, this is a career program. We expect that after this program, you all should be able to start working in cybersecurity. Yeah, so we use tools like RSA Archer to be able to conduct the due diligence. Where with the tool now you're able to just go click a button and it pushes the questionnaire to the company, but you have to add that company to the platform. You push it and it goes to them. The answer, once they answer it, you automatically receive the answers. And one thing you guys must know is in cyber we say anything you do like a routine that you do the same way 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. The next thing you should think of, how do I automatize that activity? How do I automatize that process? Because you have so many things to do. But you have to start thinking of, if I'm doing one and the same thing, and not only with cyber. For some of you, maybe you're working with different areas. And that is why I really like cyber, because it cuts across every industry, every industry. So whatever you're doing, that you're doing 1 time, you're doing 2 times the same way, and let's say you're using 30 minutes doing it the same way. Start thinking, how do I do this now? How do I automatize? Is there any tool out there I can use to be able to perform this process for me? So you use now that time that you're using, that 30 minutes that you're using to do that thing that you do the same way all the time. You allow that system to do it for you. And this is even an example. Okay, look at the registration form we sent to you guys. We have cut off so many processes in that. Okay, there would have been a process where you would fill out the form, a physical form, you submit it to the office. Our administrative assistant will have to create an Excel sheet. Start typing those names, type their contacts, type their emails, type everything there. Then maybe after she has finished typing it, she will now maybe have to write a report and send it to us. Or send it to the management there in Cameroon about on the name, the students who have registered for the program. But now we have automatized it. They don't need to do anything. Once we send it out and the student fills it, we receive it immediately. No one needs to prepare any report to send to us. We receive it immediately. So now we've cut off that time. That time that they would spend doing that has been cut off. You can use that time to invest on some other thing on other things. So once you can do a process the same way, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, it's a rule in cybersecurity and information technology. Once you can do a thing the same way, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, there is a way to automatize it. So start thinking of how to automatize that. Okay. So there we're looking at Windows, Linux, and how to secure these systems. I mean, this is a little bit of system administration, but we think it's necessary. That is why we included this program. This program we're using for this training. This is a program because we are going through the process of being a degree issuing organization here in Canada. And this was the same program I used. It's a 2 years program. It's a 2 years program. I did the registration myself. I developed this myself. It's a 2 years program. It's a 2 years program in a typical degree granting college, like academic degree college. And that academic programs will not do the level of practice we'll do here. Like in our current session, we have students who have studied in a university, cybersecurity in a university, and they are taking our program. They are currently enrolled in our program right now because they said, and even in class, they admit that, oh, all what we did there was just theoretical. All we did there was just theoretical. And now they are seeing now that, oh, it is what we are doing now is hands-on. This is the experience they are getting. We have a number of them in the current the past the session that is going on right now. So we added these just for additional, to give our students to give them an edge in the market. Yeah, so you see some level of system administration stuff we'll be doing. Most institutions will not do that, but it's an advantage for you guys. Okay, we have network security and perimeter. Network and perimeter security, we're going to look at all of these. Web application security, cloud security. Cloud security is a big one. Cloud security. We're going to look at added this. You look at AWS and Azure. There are many cloud services. Security controls. You're going to look at. Remember, we've talked about that in cyber. As a cyber professional, your role is to identify the problem and provide a solution to it. But in cyber, we don't call it solution, we call it controls. So you'll be designing controls, and those controls is not something abstract, something as simple as recommending to your organization that please implement a user awareness and training program. That is a control. Maybe you are consulting, because some of you might end up doing consulting. Some of you might end up doing consulting. So you get there, consulting your organization, you notice that, oh, their system, they have never maybe updated their systems, or they have never upgraded their system. Maybe all their system is still made up of a Windows 8 servers. So by the time you tell them that, oh, please upgrade this to this version of Windows, that is a security control. It's not something abstract. That is a control you have given to them. And that control is there now to prevent the risk of an attacker getting into their system, because the older systems or the older versions, most of them are prone to attack. They are very vulnerable. They are vulnerable in the sense that those systems are not being supported. They are not being supported by the vendors that produce them. For instance, the Windows 8 was produced by was developed by Windows. Microsoft was developed by Microsoft. So usually Microsoft will provide updates That is why you all, most times with your computer, you see that time to time, there will be a pop-up for you to install something. When they come up with a pop-up like, oh, install this thing, even with our mobile phones now, they want us to install something. What they are saying is that is what they are providing support. When they come up with those updates, that is the support they are providing to keep that system secure. So now they do it, most of the vendors do it for newer systems. When it comes to older systems, they don't support those systems. We call them end-of-life systems. We call them end-of-life systems. Those systems are no longer supported. That is to say, Microsoft is no longer releasing updates for those systems, and that makes those systems very vulnerable. So when you get to an organization, you consult them, and you notice that, oh, you saw that, you ask them. Maybe because what you do is like consulting, you create a questions that, oh, do you perform patching? Do you conduct user awareness program? Do you have your stuff on the cloud? Are you storing your things on the cloud? When they say yes, then the next question will be you want to understand that do you have these levels of do you have the right security professionals to manage your data that are on the cloud? Those are questions you ask them, as simple as it is, but that is what they can pay you thousands of US dollars just conducting that process for them. So you tell them now that, oh, you need to implement user awareness. You need to, and for sure, they're not going to implement them all in a single day. Like what we do is when we conduct that, we'll say, oh, can you provide us a roadmap? Can you provide us with a roadmap on how you're going to resolve these things? Because that is my job. I might not be the one doing the work, but I'll just tell them, oh, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to. This is what you need to do and be in place. If they say, oh, we don't, can you advise us on the solution or the tool we can use to be able to achieve this? With my vast knowledge, I can say, oh, because I've been dealing with different tools, I know how affordable they are, I know what they do. I say, oh, you can use this. I can just recommend to them, you can use this tool. You can use this tool to be able to achieve that. Okay. So you're going to do computer hacking and forensic investigation, which is all about trying to hack into systems. You're going to do that. Then forensic investigation, which is all about evidence gathering. That is why even people who are working with the law enforcement, lawyers, they can build a career in this. That's why most Africans need to be very smart and wise. This is an area that someone in the law, I mean, just being a general, maybe a lawyer where you're dealing with general stuff, the competition is so high. But you can create a niche. You can create a niche for yourself doing something like this where you're just dealing with forensic, and there are lots of opportunities when it comes to forensic investigation because the people are not there. So let's give all our time on this. People are going to get a lot of value from this. It's all about information gathering. That when something occurs, if someone hacked into a system, you need to be able to. How do you go about investigating it? How do you? You will need to go there and ask them to give you evidence of what happened. Even police officers, people working in the military, should have knowledge on this. It's going to make their life very easy. Ethical hacking, going to do this to expose you to different hacking tools. Security incidents and response. Look at the security incidents and response process when an incident occurs. Remember, we talked about the other day that in cyber it is not if something is going to happen, it is when something is going to happen. So you need to be able to have a plan. Here you're going to be looking at, you need to have a plan, which is also a security control. It's also a security control, just having a plan that, oh, when something bad happens, this is what I'm going to do. You have a process. I'm going to leave from this stage to this stage. I'm going to leave from this stage to this stage. But if you allow something bad to happen, and you want to respond to it, you'll be confused. You'll be confused on how to go about it. But if you have a plan, which is a solution, is a proactive. Remember, we talked about controls. When we're looking at control, when you'll be looking at controls, there are 3 types of controls. We have 3 categories of controls. We have administrative control, we have logical control, we have physical controls, categories of controls. But then when it goes to, these are 3 categories, broad categories. Then we have types, different types of controls. We have preventative type of control, which is a more proactive type of control. And something like having an incident response plan is a proactive type of control or preventative type of control. So you're putting that in place even when nothing has happened. Even when nothing has happened. So you're saying that, oh, if something bad happens, it will be very easy. I have a laid down plan to follow. I will not be jumping from here and there. Oh, maybe calling X, calling Y. How can you help me with this? That is when you're trying to approach a company that will help you. You're trying to approach a company that will help you in responding to the incident. If you have a plan, a laid down plan, when something bad happens, you say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. This person is responsible for this. And on this plan, even the communication channel will be in that plan. We're going to look at a typical plan when we'll be doing this. Looking at a typical plan, there's some of the things that should be considered in the plan. And if times permit us, we're going to do what we call the table. We're going to do maybe what we call a tabletop exercise. We're going to do what they call a tabletop exercise, and we might do that. It shouldn't be at your level, but if we have time, we're going to do what we call like a tabletop exercise where people will be like come like in a class like this, and we give a scenario of an incident. Then we'll say, oh, maybe Musa is responsible for this. Emerencia, Musa is responsible for the communication. Emerencia is responsible for maybe the detection. Or Emerencia is responsible for maybe the response, or how to respond, or how to take it to the public. For Musa is responsible for communication. How, when an instance occurs, should anyone just go about responding to communicating it? There should be someone that is responsible for the communication. Because you remember, it can lead to reputational damage. So if an incident occurs and there is no laid down plan of who is responsible for that, and the Emerencia say, oh, I'm going to communicate it, and maybe Leonard say, oh, I'm going to send it out to the public. Those people who are sending out, who are taking that initiative, they might send out something to the public that will instead harm the organization. Remember, your role there as a professional is to protect the organization. That is why you need to be able to have a communication plan when that is part of the incident response plan. That says that when anything happens in the name of an incident, no matter how passionate you are to talk about it, it is not your responsibility. Musa is responsible for it. Because Musa knows exactly what to tell the public. Because the press will be coming, people will be coming here and there, and some of those press, they are coming to take information to take it to the public. So Musa will know what to tell them, that, oh, this is maybe it's about the cyber attack, and they approach Musa and say, oh, we would like to know about the cyber attack. We would like to know exactly what happened. And Musa will be able to tell that, oh, maybe this actually occurs, or maybe it's not yet time for Musa to tell the public. Musa will say, oh, we are still investigating this. We are not very sure that we had an intruder in our system. But Musa will tell that, oh, we are still investigating it, just be able to buy time. Be able to buy time. But if anyone goes about to say, oh, we have an incident, and they are sending out information, you're killing the business. You're killing the business. So you're going to do all of those. You're going to do threat intelligence, threat hunting. We're going to use this tool again. Yep. There's a tool we're going to use here for threat intelligence, how to, oh, what's the tool again? I think I have it in the presentation. Yeah, they were going to do cyber risks mitigation strategy. This is a high one. It's a high one. Usually this should be for people at the management level. management level to be able to develop a mitigation strategy, how to mitigate cyber risk. But you guys be able to do that. I'll handle this personally. Personally. Yeah, but the others I might not be there. For trade intelligence, I might not be there. I might just be coming in time to time. Yep. Okay. So that said, that is it. You've seen. You all will have this. You have this. This program. Okay. Yep. Any question? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Let me hear you. Let me hear your response in the chat. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this interesting journey? Let me hear your response in the chat. Just put yes, please. Just put yes in the chat. Let me hear. Let me not be the talkative here. Let's put yes in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. Let me keep getting the yes. Keep sending the yes, please. Yeah. Okay. Everyone is ready. At least I'm sure that I'm not alone. I'm not alone. We all are ready. You all are ready to go out there and be an ambassador for CyberPro Academy. By the time you start coming with the jobs, and be so happy to assist you get them. And don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. We'll work on your resumes. After this program. We know what to put there so that when you send it out there, anyone who will look at them will want to call you for an interview. When you succeed to get the interview, we will still sit with you down and tell you what to tell them. We'll tell you what to tell, because sometimes even the people will be interviewing you might not have the level of expertise we have. So we'll tell you what to tell them that will beat their imagination. And you'll go there and get the job for us. When you get the job, you are getting it for us. Okay. Any question? I see Hossein, someone dropped something in the chat. Any question before we get into our presentation? We use Flashpoint with Cyber Threat Intelligence. Flashpoint, yep. But you guys might not do Flashpoint here. Flashpoint, yep. Flashpoint is good, but you might not do Flashpoint here. Oh, what's the name of this thing? Oh, it's not in my presentation, not in this presentation. Yeah, there's a tool we're going to use. Oh God. Yeah, yeah, but it's not Flashpoint. But I'm happy that you know about Flashpoint. Can you tell us how Flashpoint works? I see Musa's hand up. Just give me a minute. I'm going to come to you. Hossein, do you want to tell us how it works? I know about Flashpoint. Just to have people talk. Hi, Hossein. Okay, if she's not there, maybe she's busy. Okay, I see Mr. Musa's hand up. Said, you want to? Okay, you're muted. Can you ask the question?
Yes, I just want to ask if, in a case of hacking that you talked about, if a page is being hacked, is it possible to retrieve it? Like, for instance, yesterday I saw a council, their page was being hacked. So, in instances like that, like a cybersecurity expert, can you retrieve the account?
Yeah, okay, it was hacked as in, because when you say it was hacked, like what actually happened is a site like down. Users are not able to visit the site.
Yes.
Are users not able to visit the site?
Yes, they could no longer access the page anymore.
Okay. It's kind of a ransomware attack. It's kind of a ransomware attack. But sure, there were loopholes that give them access to the site. In this case, yeah, in this case, we'll need to study, get into their system and see exactly what the attackers have done. Because from there now you'll be able to know how to, if you can recover the site or not. There are cases you'll be able to recover it. There are cases where it will be hard, particularly if it's really sophisticated attackers. Sometimes you might maybe have a way to, sometimes you can roll back if you have a backup, because for sure, and this is some of the things people are not really practicing cyber over there. But if you have your backup, it's not a problem. You can just fail over to your backup site, and once you continue your activity. Yes, so it's important to have a backup. We're going to look at that. Backup is a big one, because we'll be looking at business continuity. And when it comes to business continuity, one of the things we'll look at is backup. You need to be able to, in a situation like this, let's say that site is, okay, you're talking about the council. I'm sure the council now, the citizens are visiting the site virtually every day to be able to know, maybe get information from the site. So if it is down, it's a big problem. There must be a backup site to be able to fail over, where you can redirect the users to that backup site while you are maybe trying to recover the current site, but it is recoverable. Is it clear, Musa?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Any question? Okay. If there are no questions, then I'm just going to jump into this. Yeah. Okay. My first assignment for you guys. Please take down the assignment. This is an assignment. I want you all to write down and submit the history of cybersecurity. The history of cybersecurity. Submit the history of cybersecurity. Everyone should submit this. We need to know how cybersecurity actually started, where it all started, and how it has evolved over time. I want to see how it started. I also want to see the different players that came into place. Then I want to see how it has evolved over time, where it is right now. And I used to tell students in past session, don't just write and just dump things on this thing. Presentation is also very It also matters a lot. Make sure you present your work very well. I'm sure we're going to, I'm going to share with you guys. You have your logo. Can always have it added to it. Have your name. The country you are. And I think that is it. Then you submit it by this Tuesday. By next class, before next class, I want to maybe receive this assignment. I'm just going to drop an email. Usually we use the school email, but I'm going to drop my personal email because I want to go through this. I want to go through this myself. I'll go through everything. So don't think you're going to submit. I'm not going to go through it. I'll go through everything. Yep. So I'll read through everything and see. Okay, send it to my personal email. Send it to my personal email and I will. So you're submitting it before next class. Next class is on Thursday, same time. Okay. So again, I'm just going to repeat some things here. I know we've looked at cybersecurity. Some of you are joining the class, attending the class the first or second time. But cybersecurity. So what is cybersecurity? The same question. What is cybersecurity? So I'm going to send you a book. What's that book again? Okay. I think it's here. Let me check just to be sure. Cyber crisis. I'm going to send cyber crisis to you people. Cyber crisis. Okay, it's not here, but I will send it to you guys on WhatsApp. So please always put your eyes on the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group we have right now, the one where there are many people. Particularly one for the information session. We're going to dissolve it after, maybe by the end of this week. We're going to resolve it. By then, we've known all those who have already completed their registration. Then we'll create another group just for the students. And I'm going to send you guys this book, Cyber Crisis. I'm going to send it a very interesting book. I'll send it to you guys so you take time to go through it. It was written by what's this guy? I think it's Mike. Yeah. Okay. Okay, what is cybersecurity, guys? What is cybersecurity? Don't look at my definition. What is cybersecurity? I think I should have like 3 people. Oh yeah, Faith, Tuesday or Thursday. So we have a class today. This is Tuesday, then we'll have another class on Thursday. Then we'll have another class on Saturday. So our class days is Saturday, Tuesday, and Thursday. 2 hours each. And it's very important. Very soon we'll start sending attendance form, because we also remember we're taking you from somewhere to somewhere, and we want to be sure that you guys have put in the number of hours that is needed for us to really call you a cyber professional. So if you have to absent from class, please don't just rely on the recordings. Try to be in class, take down notes, have your book and pen, take down notes, and always be to class, come to attend class early too. So this also will determine how the level of mentorship we're going to give you guys to be able to land that first cybersecurity job or transition into cybersecurity. Okay, definition. Let's go. What is cybersecurity? Oh, okay. It's a protection of internet systems from attacks from scammers, hackers, and other malicious hackers. Yep, that's a good one. The protection, I see you said the protection of the internet systems from attackers. Okay, internet systems. Yeah, thank you, Faith. That's a good one. Thanks for the good try. Okay, yeah, I saw another hand up. Yep, Emerisio. There's a student there wants to. Okay. So please, let's have the student. Go ahead, please.
Cyber security is a protection and control of systems, programs, data from attackers.
Okay, from attackers. Yeah. So my student, the first day you were you're asking me a lot of good questions. The first day you attended, that was on Saturday. I loved your questions. I was thinking about it. Was it yesterday for your first time? I like it. Yeah. Okay. So it's a protection of computer. I like the fact that you all are using protection. Okay. I see Rosin says, thank you so much. What's the name again?
Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte. Okay. Yeah. Let me take Charlotte. Okay. So I see Rosin says it refers to any technology it refers to any technology for preventing attacks or protecting networks, devices, data from unauthorized access by criminals. Yep, that's important. You've touched networks, you've touched devices, you've touched data. Devices will be systems, you've touched networks, and you've touched data from unauthorized access. Very, very important. Let me have others. Any other person? Okay, I see Berlin. Still Berlin, Aka Berlin. Okay, it is a practice of protecting system, network, program from digital attack. Perfect, that's good. Thanks. You guys, I mean, these guys are great here. Okay, yeah, let me have another person. Now another person, please. Just mute yourself. You can also mute yourself and give the definition and define cyber. Any other person? I think everyone should be able to see something here. I should start calling names. Is Berkeley there? Hi, Berkeley. What is cybersecurity? Hi, Eno Lovett. So I see Frank. Frank is attending from Rwanda. Frank is protecting computer system from attacks and unauthorized access. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And Frank is a designer. It's a graphic designer, I guess. A graphic designer, and it's also in IT. Okay. So maybe we should start telling the class, maybe before you answer your question, just tell us who you are. There can be someone around you who needs your services too. So okay, so you have another definition. Eno Lovett is quiet today. I see what this person would love. Please, is it possible to update your name? Let's have the names, please. I see Berkeley saying is a protection of computer systems from attackers. Yeah, computer system from attackers, important. Thanks. Okay, Law, who is bearing the name Law? Who is bearing the name Law? Okay, maybe the person is somewhere that cannot. Okay, cybersecurity. Cybersecurity. So you can have many names: cybersecurity, computer security, and sometimes you see it is cybersecurity as one word, cybersecurity in separate words, information security. So you don't go and see somewhere IT security, don't go and see somewhere and they're talking about computer security and you're confused. Oh, looks like this is not what I did. Interestingly, there was a girl here in Canada who completed but the program. That was when we just started. I mean, when we started, we were still improving a lot of things. When we started, and this girl attended the program, and after finishing, there was this job I introduced her to. I referred her for a job. And the way I did the referral was that I actually intentionally attended the interview with these guys. I had the first interview with them, even though I didn't need a job. I had the first interview with them. They were calling from the US. And it was a job on, I think we have to do vulnerability assessment and all the like, maybe, yeah. So they called, and also with weeks stops. So they called and had an interview with me. I mean, we spoke in that interview. The guys were, can you please take this job? So the reason I was doing that for the student. I was doing that for our students. So then later, since I've made them, they've trusted me. They've seen what I have, what I can offer to them. And so they were so, at one point, one of them stopped the interview and said, "Oh, Felix, can you please take this job? Can you please take this job?" And it was in a different location, but I could do it online, so I could do it remotely. So what I did is immediately after the interview, I sent him an email. I said, "Oh, I have a colleague. What I call my student's colleague. So I have a colleague who can do this job. So can you, will you, if you don't mind, I want to link you up with the colleague." Immediately they said, "Oh, please, can you send us this colleague?" So I sent this girl to them, and this girl went there and looks like they were asking something different from what she knew in class. I mean, I would say it was someone who didn't prepare, just went through the course and was just in class every day, but didn't really take the course seriously. And she said that is not the type of job she's looking for. A very easy, and that job was like close to $100,000, close to $100,000 for a beginner. So I mean, I'd done all the work for her, just for her to just go there and say one or two things, and she should have gotten the job. But she went and told them that she could not recognize what they were saying, which was the same with what we taught her in class. She said, "Oh, that is not what I'm looking for." So the reason I'm bringing that is just to tell us that don't go somewhere and maybe they're talking about computer security, or you see the cyber security in simple words. You see information security. I say, "Oh, but no, Mr. Felix was always talking about cybersecurity. He didn't make mention of computer security." So it's all the same. It's almost, they're all the same thing. They're all the same thing. When we're talking about computer security, those computers today are connected to the internet. So it's still cybersecurity. Information technology security, it has to do with managing the informations that are on the internet, which is cybersecurity.
The practice operating system.
Yes, so cybersecurity is the protection of computer systems, networks from attacks, but I'll add data to it. So computer systems, network, and data. Maybe the reason this person didn't put data to it is because computer systems will host data, or networks as well also host data. So protection of computer systems and networks from attack by malicious actors. Remember, we've looked at the malicious actor, where we looked at three categories of broad categories of malicious actors. Never lost sight of these. I'll reiterate it again. We said there are three categories, broad categories of cyber threat actors. And I think even the video of last class, I've sent it to the WhatsApp group. Please always try to go through it, where I said the first category. I don't know, for those of you who are here, let me just ask you, for those of you who are here, what did we say? What are the three threat actors we identified? What the broad categories of threat actors that were identified? What are the three categories of threat actors we identified?
Computer security.
Let me hear from the students who were here Saturday. Yes, go ahead, Faith.
Okay, one of them was nation of state actors.
Yes. Number two.
I can't remember. My note is not here. But I remember the nation of state
Okay. And no, you will get it. Don't worry. You'll hear it time and again, and it'll become part of you. Yep. So nation at Wasim just dropped it. You also put your eyes in the chat. Wasim just dropped that. Okay, but one person talked about cyber criminals. Berkeley, that's good. Cyber criminals is one of them. So Wasim dropped everything. Nation state actors, cyber criminals, and insider threats. So those are the broad categories of malicious actors. malicious actors, threat actors, they're all the same. Malicious actors, threat actors, they are all these actors. Nation state actors. I'm just going to pin let me pin this. Nation state actors, cyber criminals, and what insider threats. And what did we say? What did we say were nation state actors? What are their motivation? What motivates them? What is the motivation? What is the motivation? Why do they exist? Nation state actors. Nation state actors. Let me hear their motivation. What motivates them? Can someone answer? What motivates nation state actors?
Their motivation is to get information.
Yeah, is to get information. What type of information? It's a follow-up question for them, for Charlotte. Then if I come to Bakari, what type of information, Charlotte?
They get like from what you said last time, that these they work for the government. They get information from other government, like important information from other government.
Yeah, they get important information from other government. We call sometimes those information proprietary informations. Proprietary information. Take that down. Their motivation is they are after proprietary information. That information they can use to advance maybe their defense department, advance their economy. Maybe they're trying to study something about America, how the American economy works, and they will use that information now to advance their own economy. Yeah, when it comes to defense today, America is by far the most strongest, has the most strongest defense. So many nations around the world are trying to understand how the American defense, how it works. What is the secret behind their defense? What gives them an edge when it comes to defense in the world? Because that's why America is making a lot of money through their defense. By the time they are providing, sometimes you're hearing that America, they have bases everywhere in the world. Don't think those bases they are putting there is for free. No. When they go to, let's say they are going to Nigeria to put their base there, the Nigerian government is paying for that, and huge sum of money. Huge sum of money. So now other countries are trying to study what makes up their defense. So by the time they get those proprietary informations, they can use it now to advance their own defense mechanism. Yeah, thank you, Charlotte. That was a good one. Okay, Bakari.
Okay, so I'm sure she already said I wanted to.
Okay.
Yes, it's like this. Yeah, exactly.
You want to add something to it?
No, just like why to enhance to add just what is left out, like you say their motive is to like they want to follow up, they want to like monitor other state informations. Like for example, US, they do a lot of that. They monitor other state information to know what to get their interest or what they're doing on in other state, like their missiles technology and other stuff to like suppress them or to like suppress them.
For instance, the US and Israel was US and Israel when North Korea was developing when they were developing they're developing what was that again? Yeah, they were developing something that America did not like. They're developing something that America did not like. Oh God. They're developing something that America did not like. So what America did, America and Israel were able to develop, they developed a malware. They developed a malware that went and destroyed that project that North Korea was working on. And that was how it slowed down. It stopped North Korea from advancing with it. So these things, you see, that is an example of really a nation state attack where two nations join forces, join intelligence, and attack another nation because they didn't want them to advance. They were trying to build, what was that again? Does anyone know about it? Trying to build, just skip my mind now. Okay, that's fine. When it comes, I'm going to tell you guys. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So thank you, Ebakawi. Thank you for that. Yeah. So look at the three categories of threat actors, nation states. Put it in your mind, please. You cannot protect what you don't know. Nation states, what? Cyber criminals and insider threats. Nation state, their motivation is after proprietary information. The attackers are not attacking governments to make money, which, I mean, it might result to maybe advance their economy, and once their economy is advanced, they will get they will do well financially, but their primary motive is not financial. Secondly, cyber criminals, these individuals, their motivation is financial. This is the category where scammers belong to. Scammers belong to the category of cyber criminals. They are after money. If they are launching an attack against someone, they are after their finances. Thirdly, insider threats. So we know all these problems now. So through this program, through this program, you'll be able to understand how to protect your company from these different categories of attackers. Some of you might work with the government. Some of you might work with the government where you have to protect your country from other governments in the area of cybersecurity. So you know now that they exist. Now, what you have to understand through this program is how do you combat, how do you mitigate, how do you prevent, what type of measures you need to put in place, what type of controls you need to put in place to ensure that these three categories of threat actors don't pose a risk to the organization you're working with. Like we talked about in the case of insider threat, monitoring is very, very, very important. I'm sure some of our staff in Cameroon should know, because I myself am being monitored where I work, so we monitor our staffs too in Cameroon. You might not know how we're doing the monitoring, but we're doing monitoring. We're doing monitoring in one way or the other. So you monitor the insiders, because those insiders have a lot of information. Like, look at, they are working with CyberPro. They have a lot of information. Even some of our instructors, this in the US, they have a lot of information about our activities, what we are doing. So we need to put our eyes on them. We need to put our eyes on them. I mean, I need to tell them for them to know this, that our eyes are on them, because they have a lot of information about us. Yeah, if someone wants to attack us, the person will pass through them to get at us. Yeah. So if someone wants to crumble CyberPro Cameroon, the person will pass through us. And for those of you who are in Nigeria, we have some of our students in Nigeria. They're already talking of, I think they're already working on a plan to, begin a center, to begin our center there in Nigeria. I think it will be in Lagos, to begin our center there in Nigeria. So is going to happen. I think they are working on the plan. They need to work on the plan and submit it to us. Then we'll approve it for them to go ahead with it. Okay. So malicious individuals, cyber criminals, a lot of things you need to do. A lot of things you need to do. You'll get to all those. That may result in unauthorized information. The reason why you're trying to protect this, you're trying to protect your system from these individuals is because you don't want them to access your information. You don't want them to gain unauthorized access to your information. You don't want them to gain unauthorized access to your information. If you look, for those of you who are in class, we have our cameras. We have our cameras. It's also part of the monitoring. We have our cameras in our center, at the center there. So the reason we're using that camera to be able to monitor the activities of our employees is just an aspect of that which is physical. Remember, I talked about the three categories of controls. Administrative, technical or logical, and physical. So that camera, the camera there, or the camera in our center is a physical control. User awareness and training is an administrative control. Something like a firewall. Having a firewall, you're going to look at all of this. It's strange now, but you're going to, by the time by your second to third month, you'll know all these things. Something like a firewall is a technical control. An incident response plan is an administrative control. Having the overall strategy, like we look at developing a cyber risk mitigation strategy, is an administrative control. Yeah. Okay. So you're trying to protect them from accessing your information. All these computer systems, they are hosting a lot of information. I'm sure some of you are using smart watches. There are some people here using smart watches. Some people have smart TVs today. And sometimes you have your kids at home and they are creating accounts on those TVs. They are creating accounts. Those accounts are being stored. Whatever is put on those TVs, once they are connected to the internet, it is not being stored. It's not being stored on that TV or in that TV. It is stored somewhere on the cloud. It's stored somewhere on the cloud. So an attacker who is seated there on the cloud can use that information. Maybe when we look at it, we'll look at what we call the cyber kill chain. We'll look at what we call the cyber kill chain. The cyber kill chain gives us the process of an attack. And one of the things that before an attacker attacks an individual or an organization, I mean, these three categories, before they launch the attack, the first thing they do is what we call reconnaissance. They do what we call reconnaissance. And reconnaissance is all about information gathering. So they try to, for instance, if someone wants to attack you on Facebook, what they will first do is to gather information about you. And we have tools in place that you can use to gather those informations. Where you just need to use those tools, launch the tool on the internet, and it will give you information of individuals. If you put the location, it gives you their information, it gives you everything. So what you're doing there is, we call it in cybersecurity reconnaissance. You're gathering information. That is the beginning stage of every attack. So they'll be relying now on those information you've been putting on your smart watches, your smart TVs, your smart cars, your smart houses. Today we are adopting any technology that comes, we adopt them immediately. And a lot of people have a lot of stuff on the internet. You have a birthday party, you put it on the internet. You have your son is graduating, you take it to Facebook. You are graduating, you take it to Facebook. You go on your Facebook page, people, they see where you study, they see what you like, they see the type of friends you have. All those is making the work of the attacker very easy. Because once they target, let's say they are targeting Bakari, they know that the first place they will go is on Facebook. They search his name, search his full name, and they find his full name. They say, oh, what is his interest? What does he like? No, Facebook give you the option to choose what you like. Maybe you have placed that I like investment. You say, okay, since he likes investment, if we launch an attack, if they were launching an attack against him, it should be around investment. They look at it and say, oh, she studied maybe at Harvard University. So when she studied at Harvard University, maybe you will have this level of knowledge. What did he study there? What did he study there? And they check that, oh, he studied by cybersecurity. Then he's going to, since he studied by cybersecurity, it's going to make our work difficult for us. And they might shift from him and say, oh, let's go to another person, maybe studied somewhere and does not have good mastery on cybersecurity. Then they look at, maybe sometimes you even put your family members. They check all your posts. They see your family members, they see their faces, you see their names. All those, what they are doing, they call it reconnaissance. An attacker can take like 1 year. They don't mind taking 1 year to gather all those informations about you. Because once they have gathered the information, it's very easy for them now to know the next step. We have an attack that occurred, that was in 2017. SolarWinds, the SolarWinds attack. Yeah, the SolarWinds attack that occurred. SolarWinds attack. SolarWinds is an IT management system. An IT management system. SolarWinds is a global company. I'm going to put it in the chat so maybe you guys might want to check it. Okay, so SolarWinds is an IT management organization, provides IT management services to organizations around the globe. So SolarWinds in 2020. In 2020, SolarWinds was involved in an attack. We call it supply chain attack. Supply chain attack is a type of attack where you want to attack Bakari, but when they are noticed that Bakari is more sophisticated or has all the controls in place, and you say no, while you are trying to attack Bakari, you notice that Bakari is doing business with Emerensia. You notice that Bakari is doing business with Emerensia, and you saw that, oh, Emerensia is not as mature as Bakari. So instead of me attacking Bakari, since Emerensia is already doing business with Bakari, let me leave Bakari aside and instead attack Emerensia. Or another way could be that, oh, as I am attacking, I'm trying to attack Bakari, but Bakari has so many customers that he's doing business with that relies on Bakari's services. So I'll attack Bakari and also attack all those people that are doing businesses with Emerensia. So you use one stone to catch many birds. So we call it supply chain attack. So SolarWinds, being an IT management system that develops IT management software, and companies around the globe buys this software. In 2020, an attacker got into the system of SolarWinds, and they were still doing their reconnaissance. They stayed there they got in, like that was March 2020. They got in March 2020, and they stayed there from March right up to November without SolarWinds recognizing that they were there in his environment. That's an attacker, a malicious person who is very dangerous, gets into your system and stays there. Just imagine that you're sending files here and there, A malicious person is there seeing all the files you're sending. You're having your meetings, even your meetings. The malicious person is there spying on the meetings you're having, is within your environment, and stayed in your environment for 7 months. And this is to tell us that how far the attackers are willing to go to perform their information gathering. What they were trying to do there is to understand the security mechanisms of SolarWinds. You want to understand it very well, have proper, thorough understanding of the security controls they have in place. Maybe while they were there, SolarWinds employees were not taking their training seriously. They were not taking their training seriously. They were seeing that, oh, we have people in this environment who are not taking their training seriously. So we can pass through them to get into the system. Remember, we've said humans are the most vulnerable. They are the weakest point of every system. So they stayed there for 7 months, from March to November. That was 7 months, yeah. I think 7 to 8 months. They stayed there from March to November, and it was another company called FireEye. It was another company called FireEye. FireEye is a security organization, a cybersecurity organization, a global one as well. It was FireEye that is also doing business with SolarWinds, that noticed that, oh, there was an intruder in SolarWinds environment. Then SolarWinds now, because in cybersecurity, once you notice something like that, you advise the company. For instance, if another organization notices that there's an intruder in another organization, you reach out to the organization and tell them that, oh, we have noticed something about your environment. Can you investigate it? So that was how FireEye was able to. FireEye is an security intelligence company. FireEye was able to advise SolarWinds that you have an intruder in your system. But before that was done, a lot of damage. Many organizations, because even government organizations, most of US governments, most departments in the US were using the SolarWinds services. Please give me a minute. Let me put on my charger. Sorry. A minute, please. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep, we're good now. Yep. So it was FireEye that advised SolarWinds, and that was a lot of organizations were affected. We call it supply chain attack. Passing through one target and getting many. A lot of US departments were affected because they were using SolarWinds services. The reason why the others were affected is because when you are doing business with another business, you give them access to your environment. So that access creates that link where the attacker can, we call it lateral movement. They can move from this person to the other person. They can also move from one system to the other system. That they can affect one system, then through affecting one system, then do lateral movement, move from this system to the other system to the other system. Okay, thank you. It's a lot for you guys. You are newcomers, newbies. Okay, let's have some questions, please. Let's have some questions, please. Let's have some questions. Questions. We are still introducing.
Please,
Yes, go ahead. Who are we taking first? Is it Faith or okay? There's someone. Who is coming first? Okay, why you setting Charlotte? Okay. Okay, let's go with Faith first. Sorry. Go, Charlotte. Go ahead, Charlotte. Go ahead, Charlotte. Sorry,
Ms.
Matthew.
Prof, can you talk on the types of trade, please?
Okay, the types of trade. I'll just put the type of trade is the same as trade actors. The type of trade actors, the broad categories. Those three broad categories can be their other subcategories. Like remember, I said scammers can be a subcategory of cyber criminals. We have people like activists. Do I have it here? Activists. I'm not gonna have them here. Okay. Okay, we don't have yep. Well, I think I'll bring that to you guys. So we have subcategories. Some will have people like activists who are part of also cyber criminals. They are part of cyber criminals. So we have other subcategories, the broad category. So same as cyber threats. When we talk about cyber threat, types of cyber threat is these broad three categories, same as cyber threat actors, which you said nation state, cyber criminals, and insider threats. Yeah. Okay, let's go to Faith. I see we'll see you. So you have a lot of questions. Let's go to Faith.
Okay. So with all these vulnerabilities and the controls involved, for a newbie cybersecurity expert, do we need any form of programming, or we have enough tools as a newbie, to actually protect these systems, network, and data? For now, as a newbie, when we finish, do we need any programming, or we have enough tools to do the job?
Okay, thank you. I mean, I don't think you need programming. I don't think you need programming because the tools are in place to be able to do that. The tools are in place, like when we'll be doing when you guys will be doing the practical session on phishing attack, social engineering attack. We can source out those, maybe a script. If we need a script, we can always show you how to get it. Today, even on ChatGPT, you just go there and get it and do. But as a cyber professional, you guys don't really need coding. But some of you can do extra work. Again, you really want to stand out. I did that, yeah, because I've done most of these things, DevOps and all those stuff. If you notice, the way I talk is more comprehensive because I've done most of those things. So, but you don't really, on a typical cyber job, don't need coding. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. Yep. I see. Rosin, you want to start from somewhere? Said you have lots of questions. You don't know where to start.
I don't know.
Lots of info in one day.
Yeah, there's a lot of information today.
Let's start from somewhere. What's the first question?
As I said, I have a lot of questions in my mind, so I have to formulate everything so it could come out good because I have a lot.
Yeah. So what you guys will do is before next class, you will have the recordings. Go next class, and any question for next class will come on Thursday. We'll take the first few minutes. I'll answer every question you have. Go. Let this what you've gotten today. Let it settle in your mind. Then when you come next, but again, like I said, what I'm doing is like overall. It's
Mhm.
like overall. So we've not really started with the program. So yeah, but again, I'm ready to answer any question you could come up with. So maybe by this week we're going to use this. Then by from next week we're going to next we're going to begin with the preliminary IT course. Some of you here might already have knowledge in IT. I know we'll see you've worked in as an IT support technician, so you have knowledge in that already. But you will be part of, or you have to be part of, what you guys, the others, will be doing. So we'll be doing that preliminary IT course just to have everyone come on the same level before we kick off with the program I showed you.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Any other thing? Yeah. Thank you, Musa. Go ahead.
So please, in our last class, you talked about a voting poll on the time for this class, and I was surprised that during the week I saw a new timetable came up without any voting poll because this time I'm not really comfortable with it. Like,
Oh, you're not comfortable
due
with
to
the
my
time.
own. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
You're not comfortable with time. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Let's look at it. I'll call you. Musa, have I spoken with you before? I'm not sure. My number
no,
is there.
sir.
You can reach out to me. Let's 452-404. If there are other students I'm still to call who has the same problem, we always give accommodations to our students. Okay, any question? Any other thing? Yeah, if there's no other thing, I'll allow you guys to assimilate this. Then try to do my assignment. The assignment is very important. Submit it before Thursday. Then we'll meet you on Thursday. You good? Are you all good?
A question?
Hello, is someone talking?
Yeah, I have a question. Sorry, my voice is.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, go ahead.
So can we have this this information that you shared with us today? Are we able to access it, or we have to wait for the credentials?
For the recording, yeah, I think they'll start working on it. They'll start working on Mr. Elvis. Will start working on. I think the classroom is good now. We had some technical issues last week with the online classroom, but everything is working well now. So Mr. Elvis will start working on adding all the students to the classroom. So they'll have. But for now, I'm just going to share this with you guys. We'll upload it in our YouTube channel. Then we'll share it with you guys while they're setting you up on the classroom.
Yes. So if I have time, like tomorrow, I can just go through it.
Yeah,
for
it's
myself.
important. It's important. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you all take care. There's no other thing. Then you all take care and see you all. If you have any question, feel free to always reach out to me. There's no question that is too small. So you always reach out to me and I'll be ready to answer your questions. Okay, take care. See you all on Thursday. Bye-bye.